And we're live.
I think all that
Sup,
goes well.
Cath? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not dead yet. So we will take that small victory and soldier on.
And that's positive thinking already, right in line with our positive self-talk chat today.
This is the kind of thing I need to do to myself every day just to get through the day. So really very excited for this topic.
Yes. It's going to be and actually it is. It's all about thinking. It's always easy to forget about speaking well to yourself and thinking positively and just trying to get through each day. I mean, life is tough and it has all its challenges. And especially with you now with your back, I'm sure you are hating life. But we soldier on and we make it work, eh?
That's how it is, man. That's how it is. It's you can either moan about it or you can find a way to try and make things work in your favor. So that's what we're trying to do.
Exactly.
I'm trying to log on now and try and get all to the comments. So if you guys are watching, go ahead and swipe in, say what's up to your favorite coaches. I'm so claiming. I'm so claiming favorite coach. I'm so claiming it. Pat Governor, hello.
Welcome to the PE crew.
PE crew. I like that. I like that. We're gonna hashtag that. Hey Lauren, how you doing, girl?
And I see Lauren's here, Pat's here. Welcome, ladies. Nice to have you both here. Who else is with us?
They're coming in drips and drabs, but they'll be here. They'll be here.
It's at lunchtime. Like, get everything ready. Get your snacks. Get everything sorted. Sit in front of and watch us like a movie.
I was very tempted to take a nap. If I wasn't doing this, I'd there's this working from home thing where, like, when your bed is like 5 meters that way, I'm like, I'm so tired. I just want to crawl in and forget the day.
Especially when you're not feeling well. But let's try being with a dog who just sits on the couch and sleeps all day right next to you, and you're like, man, that's the life. Must be nice.
Must be nice. In my next life, I want to come back as a dog. They have nice lives.
Yeah, agreed. Good home, good food, living the life. Get some exercise.
Hey Paula, how you doing? Hey. Genevieve in the building. Hello, hello. Danielle, hi.
Paula's here, Laka.
Got the PE crew represent. Represent. Gotta represent.
Yeah. Best place.
Hey Sharon, how you? This is Laka. I like knowing there's actually people watching. It feels less like I'm monologuing. Although I have you here, so it's gonna feel more like a conversation. It'll be good.
Yeah. I say when you're talking on your own, it's like, so who am I talking to? It definitely helps having people.
It helps. It helps knowing I'm not just talking to space right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But along those lines, Cath, so tell me what's your process around self-talk? Like what are your thoughts on it?
Sure. Okay. So basically, I don't know if anyone actually really realizes or actually understands the power of positive self-talk. So yeah, positivity is that's actually one of my strengths. So just putting it out there as we did our strength analysis. But yeah, it's very easy to be positive with other people, I found. And it's always nice to make sure you are positive in front of people and making sure they feel great and boosting them and motivating them. But it's often not as easy making yourself motivated or positive thinking or talking towards yourself. I think us as people, we're always very hard on ourselves, and we always bring each other down, or we think negatively, and it's very common. And most of us think we're bragging if we say, oh, we are amazing, we talented, we can do everything. But it's a difference between an ego, and it's a difference between just being positive and thinking positively. So I don't know, do you struggle with positive self-talk, or are you quite a positive person yourself?
I used to struggle quite a bit, actually, when in my teenage years, as most teenagers tend to struggle with that sort of thing. But you find, through having really good mentors above me who were able to show me what a good path in life was, and just through just being I think of myself as a very driven individual, and part of being driven is you have to have a lot of positive self-talk, positive reinforcement coming from within to keep you going. So I find my issue before was a lot of my negative self-talk was disguised as realism. Like, oh, I'm just being realistic. I can't do this because of A, B, and C, or whatever it is. And you find it's like you're when, like, there's this nice quote I like, where it's like, whether you think you can or you think you can't, either way you're right.
That's true. It's so, yeah. And that's the thing, if you don't try it, you'll never know. And it's so difficult. Like, I always say, like, positive thinking, like, say if I go for a run and as soon as I say, yo, I'm feeling tired or something like that, then immediately I want to stop. And like, I'm like, oh, okay, I actually am tired. But just saying those words already, my brain starts thinking, okay, you're tired, you can't do it, just stop. But as soon as you start thinking, okay, I'm feeling good today, feeling positive, I'm going to run the distance, then your mind actually stays in tune with how you're thinking. So as soon as your mind is right, your body will follow. So it's all about having the right mindsets, the right talking to yourself, and also just being kind to yourself. I think we all can be a bit hard on ourselves and thinking like we can't do anything, or we've maybe failed, or we haven't done anything as well as we wanted to. But it's just finding that fine line between being negative with ourselves or just being positive.
I find I actually spoke about this last time I was live. I can't remember. I think I was talking to Lucy on Coach's Corner a couple of weeks back. And I talked about how our brains have like two hemispheres, a right and a left.
Yeah.
Who, even though it's one brain, you almost have two people in your head who are relaying information between each other and then coming up with a consensus, and that's what you roll with. Yeah. So the whole, like, because I heard, like, I was talking to someone about positive self-talk a while back, and he was like, it feels weird to be talking to himself, like it's either I believe it or I don't. Why should I do like positive self-talk to myself? And I was telling him, it was like you saying positive words to yourself, positive affirmations, trying to think positively is basically the two halves of your brain talking to each other and trying to convince themselves, hey, listen, I know you were tempted to think in this negative direction. Yeah. We want to think in this direction. So the more you ingrain that in your own head, the more it becomes more second nature. It becomes more ingrained into how you generally think. And anything in life can be coached. Anything in life can be practiced. You can practice yourself into being in general, more positive person. And that's shown to have like real benefits in the real world.
And it's true, actually. And like, it's tough, especially like now I find with winter coming up, and most people are struggling with getting up in the mornings or exercising or eating well. And it's all about just thinking positively and say, okay, the night before, set your alarm, plan, and say, I will wake up tomorrow and I will get the exercise done. If you already start thinking like, oh, no, I'm so tired, I'm not going to wake up tomorrow. As soon as that alarm goes off, what are you going to do? You're going to roll over and press snooze and then wake up late and then actually feel even worse about yourself for not getting your session done. And then that's when some negative self-talk happens. Like, that's why it's always good to just think well, or like think positively and just having like a different approach to certain things. If you feel like you can't do 10 burpees, then you don't say you can't do it. You just say, I'm going to work on it. Tomorrow I'm going to do one more. Tomorrow I'm going to do another one. And you build up from there. So it's all about, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be it's based on your goal. If you're finding like your goal you can't reach, or if you want to lose 10 Ks, if you want to lose 5, if you want to lose 20, don't expect to lose it in the first of all one day. And also don't think you can't do it. It's all what you put your mind to. And if you think, okay, this week I'm going to work on healthy eating, exercising, and working towards that goal, that's each little bit of positive thinking, positive outlet, well, a positive mindset is all going to get towards that goal of yours. So it's so important to think positively, and we can all be happy days, and every day we can be smiling, but it doesn't have to be that way. It just has to say, Catherine, you can do this. Edgar, you can do this. So it's all about just being positive with yourself and motivating yourself and feeling accomplished, and just keep going each and every day.
And it goes down, you can bleed that whole thought into a lot of non-obvious aspects of one's life too. Like it's something as simple as, like, oh, dude, I'm so stressed out at work right now. There's so much riding on my shoulders. I don't know how I'm going to cope. And it's just that positive thinking, like, listen, no matter how tough things are right now, you've gone through tough times and you made it through to the other end. You can go through this and make it through to the other end. It's going to be difficult. It might even suck, but you've gone through it before, you can go through it again. It doesn't matter how difficult it is, you will see yourself through the end. And it's not like, it doesn't need to be like a happy-go-lucky, oh, life is amazing right now, I'm just so happy. You can be like, no, things suck right now, but I will get through it. I'm stronger than my own circumstances. And that's what positive self-talk boils down to. It's just thinking like, listen, you're capable. You've managed to survive the rest of your life till now. There's no reason to believe that this one thing is going to be the end of you,
Yeah, exactly. It's that I can attitude, that I can do anything basically. So it's like what you put your mind to. If you're gonna think positively, you're gonna feel a lot better as well. Every time you think negatively, or when there's ever a negative thought in your mind, you always actually feel worse about yourself, and like you end up bringing yourself down even more. So it's like a ripple effect. If you think a negative thought, then you think another one, and you keep going down, and eventually you just like flat, and you're just not feeling great at all. So as you say, it's not about being happy-go-lucky or yay, feeling great all the time. It's just coming to terms with, yes, maybe I haven't done something well, or I'm not as great as other people, but it's actually just not comparing yourself with others and thinking, okay, this is what I can do to get better, or what is going to make you a better person in that day, or what kind of positivity should you instill in your life. So it's important. Like, you don't want to be down and out all the time, and that's why being positive with yourself and not just to others. So it's easy to say, oh, wow, you're looking great today. But then you go home and you look in the mirror and you think, geez, I wish I looked like that. So it's just about being positive and thinking, okay, no, she looks good, but so do I. So appreciate your own self too.
You know, if I think of a practical example, only because I'm now noticing he's watching, but Stefan Berger, who reason why I'm aware of this is because he's very open about his journey on the Jeff community, and I coached him for a number of months.
Yeah,
like
awesome.
he's currently dealing with a back issue, and like it's knocked him pretty hard, set him back a little bit, and I found what inspires me about him is, even though like the back issue, like it got so bad some days where he couldn't lay down to sleep, he had to like sleep seated up. Which if any of you have ever fallen asleep on the couch, you know, your body punishes you if you ever fall asleep in that position. So imagine having to do that for several nights in a row. Like, it was just not great. But like his determination and drive to be like, listen, I'm not going to let this thing stop me. I'm not going to let this overcome me. As soon as I am able, I'm going to try and figure out what I can do to get back on track. And he just has this. I'm not sure he realizes how inspiring he can be, and I know he's hating the fact I'm even talking about this on air. But he just has that positive like drive in him, and to come in full circle, I tweaked my back. What's today? Tuesday. Yesterday, quite badly. Like I'm a knife in Afrikaans. I'm a mess. It's bad.
Feel like a knife in your back.
So I told like the little 5 a.m. WhatsApp crew we got going that, hey, listen, I might not be able to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow to do my session because my back is like done for. I should probably take the next couple of days off. And then one of the members on the group said to me, is like, listen, send me a private message. Say, hey, listen, you're already in the routine of waking up in the morning to get your session done. Use that time efficiently. Maybe start meditating or do some yoga or listen to a podcast. Just get up and keep the routine going. And between that and thinking about Stefan and him not letting his back issue get the better of him, this morning I got up, normal time, I got to the gym, and I was like, okay, what can I do? And I was like, okay, the back is allowing me to walk, so I'm gonna hop on the treadmill, I'm gonna walk a little bit. It was nothing magical. I didn't even break a sweat, but I got up and I did something. I was like, okay, can I stretch? I can definitely stretch. Got off the treadmill, started stretching just to keep the routine going. It's like work. Just get to a point where it's like you're positive enough about your own self, your own process, where it's like, even if a major hurdle comes in your way, you're like, okay, I can't do this. What can I do? And just focusing on the things you can do.
Yeah,
and that's I find that's helped me quite a bit this last 2 days.
And that's so motivating as well. Like, it's because like it's difficult. An injury in itself, everyone's got a different type of injury, or some have experienced it sometime in their life. And it is what you make of it. Obviously, like, some can be worse than others, and maybe you have bed rest and there's nothing you can do. But there are always options. I mean, as you say, like as one of the guys on the group was saying, you can meditate or use it productively. But the thing is, if you woke up not at 4:30 this morning or whatever time you normally wake up, and you just decided to sleep in, you would have woken up feeling probably a bit more miserable and a bit out of routine, and then it would have started your day off on a bad note. Then you would have felt like the whole day would have just been a struggle or difficult to get into the routine. So that's the thing. It's life throws us all these challenges, and it's what you make of it. So if you keep thinking, oh, can't do it, I'm just gonna like hate life and be miserable, And don't get me wrong, we have those days where you are just going to feel down, but you actually got to think about what can you do, as you say, what's the positivity or positive aspect of this, and what am I learning from it? And that's the way you grow as an individual, you grow as a person, and you also, if you have that positive attitude, you actually brush it off onto other people. So like you say, you had Stefan inspire you to be more motivated, and I'm sure with what you just said now, it's also motivated a lot of people going forward. So it just kind of has this constant effect, and everyone's going to pick a little bit of positivity from everyone, and that's how we all just become happier going forward. We feel more confident, and just having that good mindset. Like, it's the mixture of your exercise and nutrition and a mindset. And if you've got a positive attitude, a positive mindset, then you got a well-balanced lifestyle there. So it's super important. I mean, it's exercise and nutrition is equally important, but if you don't have a good mindset or motivation or confidence in yourself, and you don't believe in yourself, how are you going to achieve it? So yeah, it's important.
I find that's like a really common theme with people who know me hop onto the one-on-one. I've had a lot of people actually come up to me like, okay, cool. Because a question I like asking is, in a perfect world, if everything goes 100% your way, what goal do you want to achieve? And they always hesitate answering. It's like, oh, well, I would like to lose, 10 kgs for now, but 15 would be even better. And I'm like, then why are we even discussing 10? Like, why is, like, if 15 is what you want, why are we discussing 10? And it comes from a place of like insecurity in their own abilities. Like, I don't think I can do that. So I don't even want to say the words out loud that I can do that. And it's just like, if you start on like a place of self-doubt and negativity, like, you're setting yourself up to fail.
Yeah.
Like, people don't understand, like, the mind is a powerful thing. Like, if you think it, it will be.
Yeah, it's so true. It's literally like, if you don't put the two together, like, even they say like there's a mind gut connection. So if you aren't eating or feeling your body correctly, it's going to affect your mind. So the same thing is, if you're thinking negatively the whole time, what's going to be the effect of that? It's, if you can't think positively or believe in yourself or have that, like, okay, I can actually do this, then if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to? So you kind of need to have that positivity, what's the word? Exude. I can't think of it now, but just like show it off and just like have that mindset. And the thing is, I always found like I will appreciate other people's energy. So if someone is being positive or thinking positively, then it will also affect me and I'll affect the next person. So it's just about, life is tough, but it's not that bad. And it's just about what you make of it. It's very true. It's thinking about each day, taking it one step at a time. So building on it. Yesterday, maybe you had a bad day. Today, you're not. So think about, okay, I didn't fall off the wagon on the weekend by having that extra slice of cake. Today is going to be a better day to think, okay, I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to stick to my plan. I'm going to fuel my body, nourish it in the best way possible. And that's already being positive with yourself and looking after yourself. It's so vital to be kind to yourself as well, not just to others, but to your personal self as well.
It's especially what you're saying about like if you have a stumble, if you have a fall in the weekend, during the week, it's just that I'll just be positive enough to be like, okay, listen, made a slight whoopsie, not a big deal. I'm going to fix it moving forward. And I find the people who I've worked with, I'm going to talk about just the people I've worked with. The people who have seen the most success are not the ones who did everything 100% perfect. They're the ones who, even when they fumbled, it was like, okay, cool, my bad. Let me try a little bit harder moving forward. They were the people who 80% of the time were 100% spot on.
Well, that's the thing. It's also about just acknowledging it or being honest with yourself. Like, okay, maybe you weren't so great, but what can you do that's going to be better? Or how are you going to change it? So that's the thing. No one's perfect, and no one can be. And if you do try and be perfect, you can't every day. And it's just about how you're going to change the situation to handle the mishaps or the stumbles and just working on it. So that's why, like they say, with positive self-talk, it can be so difficult because most people have such a negative outlook on themselves, and it's basically finding that power to change your mindset. So apparently there's a few levels, so I don't know them off by heart, so I might just skim read here quickly, but some levels. So like you get level 1, basically it's like you you just accept any any negativity. So you don't believe in yourself. You think, okay, I can't do it. And basically that's like the first level of getting to your positive self-talk. So the next one is actually understanding that you are being very negative on yourself and knowing you need to change. So you come to the conclusion, like, I'm talking ugly to myself, it's time to change my mindset, but you just don't actually take any action. You don't do anything about it. But then after that, you actually finally decide to change and you think, okay, so I know I'm talking bad to myself. What am I going to do now? So you feel like, oh, I can't do mountain climbers, hate it, gonna skip it. Next day, you're gonna say, no, I can do it, even if I only do one. It's just about thinking ahead and deciding to make that change in your mindset. Then you get to a better you. So now you think, okay, I can do it. I know I can do it. I want to be better today. I'm going to be better tomorrow. 1 more burpee and 4 more minutes, no rest. It's restful 10 seconds, not 30. So it's all about deciding to change and making yourself feel better. And then eventually you actually get to like that universal affirmations level where you're just thinking positively the whole time. So yes, there are going to be bad situations, but it's how you're going to approach it. Are you going to say, no, I failed, over it, going to just lie in bed and sleep all day? Or are you going to say, yes, I might have failed, but now I'm going to build on to that. What can I do to change it? And I think we've all been through there, and some days are worse than others, but it's just about figuring out what is the next best step and how you're going to be approaching it in such a positive way.
I think I cycle through all 5 levels in any given week. It's all too easy to get into negative self-talk. But I think what mostly drives me, because I like to think of myself as a pretty positive person. What mostly drives me is I know what being in a negative space for a long period of time ends up looking, and it is no growth happens there. I was like,
no,
so it's like, well, if the alternative is nothing is going to get better, I might as well start. The whole term "fake it till you make it." I feel like my entire life has been me faking it till I made it. It's positive self-talk. I am awesome. I can get through this. I'm going to figure it out. And then you sort of like fumble your way into figuring it out eventually.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. And that's positive already. Like, it's like not letting it get you down, and it's all about learning and like growing, as you say. You don't grow from a negative space. You got to actually figure out how to overcome that. And yes, we're all going to have down days, but if you let that take over and control you, you're never actually going to get out of it. And it's so important to think like positively and just make sure you talk well to yourself. Make sure that you know what the next step is, and just build from there. You grow, you build, and actually you'll succeed. So positive attitude, positive mindset is so vital and so important in all spheres of life, not just for exercise or eating. It's basically wherever you go.
So what would be your top tip if someone came to you, listen, I'm struggling with positive self-talk, what should I do? Where should I start?
Oh, top one. So I'll just say, I think I'll actually make them realize what they're saying that's negative. And I'll kind of unbox it and say, okay, what are you finding that's tough? What are you talking about? What are you saying to yourself that's negative? And how are we going to change that? So think about what's causing you to think like this, and how are we going to make it better? How are we going to improve it? So start from the bottom, build from there, start at baseline, find the issue and work on it, and find alternatives. Like, you don't have to have one solution. There can be many. So if you feel like you're struggling and you're like, I don't know if this is going to work, what are plan A, B, and C? So it's all about focusing from the start and then building up from there. And for you,
that's actually perfect, because like a large part of it is a lot of people don't even know why they're being negative with themselves. It's like get to know yourself a little bit. Like, what are you saying to yourself and why? Why do you have that belief? And just unpacking that, and then you're like, okay, cool. Now, because once you start thinking about it clearly, it's often like, okay, maybe I am being a little bit silly. That was a bit of an over-exaggeration or oversimplification of the problem. And now it's like, okay, cool. Now, even if some of those things are partly true, it's like, okay, right. From here on out, what positive things do you want to breathe into your own life? Like, if you think it will be. If you say it, it will be. So, like, what positive things do you want? And then start, like, almost like a mantra, rehearsing those things to yourself. It's like, today I want to accomplish this. Today,
Exactly.
I'm going to feel good. Today will be a good day no matter what the heck life throws my way. Because life is always going to attempt to kick you in the teeth. That's just what it does. It's your job not to let it.
Yeah. Don't let it take over. You are in control.
And that's the thing. You are in control. You're the master of your own destiny. If you really believe you are, then you are.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. If you don't believe it, you won't achieve it. That's a good play. If you don't believe, you won't achieve.
you gotta coin that. Trademark.
Yeah. Tick. So yeah, believe in yourself, think positively. It's so important to appreciate yourself as well, and to acknowledge your achievements, to acknowledge how far you've come, and to not let the journey in life distract you. Like, yes, you might not be where you want to be now, but you're a lot further than when you started. So continue on the goal, think positively. It's the best thing you can do to yourself and your whole outlook on life. Just have a positive attitude, yes can or can do attitude, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
There was a nice little quote that came to mind now. I can't remember who said it, but they were saying how, like, if you're walking through hell, don't stop. Why would you want to stop in hell? Wait till you get out of it.
Very true. I don't want to. Yeah, everybody wants that.
No one wants to stop here. This place is keep moving.
Get through that hill and the little mountain top, and then we on the good side. And then go to the greener side on the other side of the hill there.
Now, but Cath, like, it's been really awesome chatting to you, getting your insights. I hope everyone got a nice, good little pep talk out of this.
Yes, definitely. Let us know what you are going to say to yourself that's positive self-talk today. So comments, tell us what you are going to change in your mindset. What are you thinking positively today? What are you going to achieve? And let us know.
My one for the day is I will not let my back define my journey today. I am going to overcome this back issue and get to the other side of it.
Yeah, you got this. You can do it. Mine is today is just take a deep breath, focus on a successful day, and just enjoying and interacting with all my amazing clients and hearing all about their positive self-talk for the day.
I will admit a couple of them have been very nice to me yesterday, because I told everyone, listen, if I'm a little bit slow, it's because I need to go to the physio and my back is really sore, so I'm constantly having to take breaks. So, like, if I'm a little slow, and they're like, oh, shame, man, take the day off, I'll be fine.
Yeah, fine.
So when everyone's that nice, I'm always like, I feel too guilty to actually take the day off.
Like, I'm still here. I'll talk to you. It's okay.
Good job, man. This was awesome. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comment section. Me and Cath will be scrolling through. And I hope you guys have an awesome Tuesday.
Woohoo!
It's almost Friday.
Back. Yeah, almost there. See?
Almost there.
Hurdles. It's a great day. It's a great Tuesday.
Awesome, man.
Okay, thanks, guys. So awesome having you here, and good luck with your back, Edgar. Hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. I'm stronger than this. I'll be fine.
Yeah, you got exactly. There we go. Got this. You,
yeah,
you bench press and you squat like crazy amounts of weight. What's a little back injury?
Like, I'm basically Superman. My instant healing will kick in any second.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Who needs? Yeah, that back got nothing on you.
All right, shot, guys. Hey,
everyone.